Hi, how are you? School. You either love it or hate it. Most people hate it. Because I'm the most unoriginal person on the planet, I thought I'd make a video on it. So I live in the UK. I've got exams next year, called them GCSEs, which for me just means a hell of a lot of revising and panicking and stressing and looking at textbooks and slowly losing my mind and going insane. It's great. Okay, so I'll revise for an hour and then I can stop. Yeah. Okay, cool. Surely it must have been an hour now, because I can't take this anymore. The cherry on top of that cake is the fact that because of a lockdown, school has obviously been postponed. The learning hasn't been postponed. I'll get to that in a minute. But basically, I've got exams next year and I have to learn all the stuff myself, which obviously is great. And very recently, certain schools have had to go back, certain years in school have had to go back, and I'm one of them, which means that for 2 hours a week, every week, I have to go back into school, which would be great apart from the fact that it's bloody pointless. 2 hours a week, which for me is on a Tuesday. Why? What's the point? It's like it doesn't make any sense. It's absolutely ridiculous. All because for some reason good old Boris Johnson, our Prime Minister, thought that it would be a great idea to send some people back. It's not a great idea. It was a terrible idea. And basically when we go back, it's mostly just like, you know, just to check in on us to see if we've been like, be able to cope with the work okay. It's not actually doing any work at all, it's just, you know, just checking in and stuff. And every time I go back, my teachers are like, keeping up with the work okay, you've definitely checked and done all your homework, right? You're such a good student. Like, what the hell am I meant to say to that? In my head, well, what I want to say is this. Yeah, of course I've done a miss. I've definitely used my free time to read and analyse and inspect spectacles with highlighters. I'm just kidding. I haven't so much just glanced at it or any of my other schoolwork since March. Wow, that was such a dumb question. Obviously I can't say that, and like, I guess the real problem with this whole situation is that I'm lazy, but shh. So when that happens, I'm just awkwardly there like, yeah, of course, I've done it. Can I go to the toilet? Like, it's not lying per se, but yeah, it's still a lie. Shut up, okay? And in the UK, right, we have like houses and prefects and uniforms and all that nonsense. And with uniforms in particular, I have a love-hate relationship with, because sometimes I hate them and wish they would burn in a pit of fire, and sometimes I actually quite like them for like, just because I don't have to think about what I wear every day. Everyone's more on like a level playing field, which is quite cool. But I don't know, I also just kind of think, like, because I watch like all these American stuff and it seems kind of cool to just wear what you want every day. But I don't know, that's like, my perspective on them has shifted throughout my years growing up. Like when I was a kid in first school and mostly middle school, I was like, I was obsessed with being unique and just not being like everyone else. Basically, I was obsessed with not fitting in, which was fine at the time, but it meant that I really hated uniforms because it just made me feel like I was just a cog in the machine, so to speak. Because of this obsession with being unique, I remember in year 6 in particular, every single day, without fail, I would go to school wearing this neon jacket and these roller skates. I don't even know why I did that, I didn't see anyone else doing it, so I thought it was fun and it was cool. in hindsight, it really wasn't. More and more recently, especially in like high school, I still have this obsession deep down inside with being unique and different. Also have a lot more anxiety related to that, and I have an obsession to fit in the same amount that I do to stand out. And to be fair, I mostly stand out anyway just because of who I am, but I don't know, I care a lot more about other people's perceptions of me, which is dumb, but I can't really do anything about it. In case you're wondering what subjects I like or do well in or whatever, the answer is none of them. Kinda. Like, I love maths, for example, and I'm decent at it. It makes sense, which I'm very grateful for, because a lot of the subjects don't make sense at all. Like, say, English, for example, it's a bit of a hit and miss, because on one hand, like, I love reading to the point where, not to flex on you all, but when I was in year 5, I read the entire Harry Potter series in a week. I know, don't need to be jealous. But let's be honest, a lot of English class is just making stuff up in the right way anyway, so can't blame me. And our school requires us to take a language, and they highly, highly encourage us to take French, because in most schools in the UK, you kind of just grow up doing it. And as much as I have mixed feelings about English, at least it's not French. I hate French because I can read French alright, like, as well as I should be able to. I can write it okay and I can speak it okay, but the verbal part of it, I can't do at all. I can't do it. And if I'm being honest, Google Translate is a lifesaver. Like, all my verbal French exams literally are just... Okay, so all you have to do is listen to what I'm saying and repeat back to me in English, okay? Good. Salut, c'est aujourd'hui pour parler de français pour trouver quelque chose bonne journée. So what can you tell me from that? You what, miss? I didn't get anything from that, I'm sorry. As opposed to other subjects, like, I've always wanted to be like a drama kid or an artsy kid, because I love film and stuff clearly, but I'm not too shy, I just can't do it. I auditioned for the school play once, don't ask, went terribly, had to sing. And for my optional GCSE subjects, I ended up taking geography, triple science and graphic design, and I have no idea what that says about me as a person. So, do I hate school? It's an interesting question, and my answer changes depending on when you ask me. But as someone who gets lonely a lot of the time, it helps to be around people where my biggest problem is turning in my geography paper. And I don't really have any friends, but I'm grateful that I've never really been bullied or anything, and I generally get along with people. Because without school, I would never have been able to socialise at all, and I would have been a lot lonelier than I am now. So I'm grateful for that, but I also think school is really pointless, and it does stifle a lot of creativity and stuff, and I don't agree with some parts of it, so I guess it depends, really, which isn't a helpful answer, but I guess the point of this video is that high school sucks and I can't wait to go to university. Bye! Hi, so I was in the middle of editing the video that you just saw, and then, I don't know, I looked down and there was a portal. It just spawned in my room. I'm kind of scared to touch it, like, I don't know. I don't know what to do, but I guess I'm kind of curious to see where it goes, so low-key kind of want to jump in it. You know what? It means I'll never have to do school again. Bye!